It's 10:30 a.m. on this Saturday, July 29th, 2000. We're at Morrisonville Central School. This is Calvin Castine. The championship game from the girls' Summer League will be taking place on that field. And behind us, actually in front of us now, is going to be the consolation game. We just finished taping the consolation game and we forgot that winners and losers were going to play. We thought that the losers would have the pleasure of going home, but no such luck. Both of these teams, Northeastern Clinton and Plattsburgh High School, lost by 2-1 margins. The Cougars losing to Seton Catholic. In a game you probably just witnessed. I'm not quite sure how we're going to put these on, but I imagine it's going to be back-to-back. And Plattsburgh High School losing to Saranac Lake. The Hornets had been unbeaten until this past, I believe, Thursday they played. And they lost to Northeastern Clinton. And that put Northeastern Clinton into the top 4 and got them in the playoffs. Plattsburgh still was the top seed. But like everyone else today, they didn't get a particularly big turnout. They have one extra player to put in, and I think the Cougars have maybe 2. I'll give you the rosters for both sides. We're going to cover the first half of this game and then turn around to a 180-degree turn and tape the second half of the championship game. So for the Cougars, Chris Kissel is minding the nets. The Cougar lineup includes Bobby Gooley, Stephanie Bayshard, Andrea Knapp, Layla Shanawi, Heidi Dragoon, Megan Boris, Hillary Dunn, Dana Langlois, Abby Lambert, Anna Boardman, Emily LaFountain, and Elise LaFountain, who, if you were watching, was injured in the first half. I talked to her at halftime. She said her hip gave out on her, and it does that occasionally, so nothing she's not familiar with, but she's back out here ready for play in this consolation game. For the Hornets side, Amy Christian is minding the nets. The lineup includes Kate Yakstadt, Erin Ducharme, Courtney Mitchell, Katie Pooler, Andrea Crowley, Laura Phillips, Kathleen Gannon, Rachel Martindale, Sarah Stanwyck, Taylor Sullivan, and Kate Flynn. At 10:33, the Hornets kick off 25-minute halves. They're kind of mini games. Unfortunately, neither of the semifinals went into overtime. They were both decided in regulation. So as I said, we thought when we were taping the Northeastern Seton game that the loser would be able to go home, but it's not the case. We forgot that it was an automatic 2 games. So a consolation game in men's sports. We used to say playing a consolation game is like kissing your sister. So I'm not expecting a wholehearted effort here on either team. That goal down there, pay no attention to that goal. That's at the Morrisonville field here, and there are a lot. Oh, look at this! We have an extra ball from this game onto our right here, going onto the consolation field. The Morrisonville field has probably as many as 10 or so soccer goalposts out here. So it's kind of a haven for soccer fans, soccer players.
Dig it out, Lord. Dig it. All right, nice try.
I've of course got to remember I usually like to try to back away from the action in front of me. I gotta remember not to back into the action behind me here. I'm just, as the fountain is taken down, I'm just a few feet away from the game going on behind me here, so the camera suddenly goes skyward or grassward because I've been taken down by players in the championship game. For the second half, I'll be at midfield, but this first half, there's just no way to stand at midfield and face in this direction. Plattsburgh corner kick. It is a hot and humid day, and I enjoy complaining about the heat. We've complained about the cold all summer long, so it's time to start complaining about the heat.
Nice job, Megan.
Corner kick. One thing you won't see once the season begins, the referee asking the other official, what'd you see? Was that a corner or a goal kick? And Elise LaFountain saying Heidi kicked it out. So, meaning her teammate Heidi Dragoon. So telling the ref that it is indeed a corner kick. So not apt to see that during the regular season. Christian makes the stop. Plattsburgh throw. I think we've got one Plattsburgh name that we don't have. That was when we got the names from Bob Pooler. He told me he had one sub, and I just saw two players come off. So whoever we don't have for Plattsburgh, blame Bob Pooler, not me. Pooler. It's his fault. I take no responsibility. And the same token, if there's any Northeastern name not listed, blame Josie Gilroy, Gilroy. She's to blame. Corner kick. Now goal kick. About 15 minutes to go in the first half, and the only half that we'll be covering of this game. Again, at halftime we'll be switching over to the championship game, Seton and Saranac Lake. Seton Catholic, that is. Corner kick.
Sitting on your pack, I have your apple. My apple?
Right on net, Christian makes the stop. White throw. Young fellow's putting his shoes on. Had enough of sitting still. White throw. Orange throw.
Where'd it go, Laura? Good. Orange! Yeah, nice throwing, Courtney. Turn down! Make it.
The close proximity of the two fields hasn't seemed to affect the players too much when the whistle blows from the other field. Northeastern throw. About 9 minutes to go, first half. White throw.
Back up, Lou. Back up, couple steps.
And it's cleared by the Hornets.
Look up! There you go!
Wide of the goal. Laura Phillips.
Get on it! All right.
Kissel makes a stop.
Coming, Kate. Help's coming. All right. Good job. More now.
Apparently there's no box there, no 18-yard line.
Nice save, please.
Get it. Hey, White.
Let's see, about 4 minutes to go.
Up there. Join the play, Sarah. Join the play. I know you got both over there, Tom. Nice play, Tom.
Somebody has scored for the Seton Catholic side. Goal kick. Good time to remind all of our viewers we need viewer support. This is viewer supported television. And rely very heavily on viewers to support this programming, and if you're not supporting it, then you certainly should be. 1477, 1477, easy number to remember. You add 7 and 7 and you get 14, so 1477. Ridge Road in Champlain, 12919. Hometown cable, television worth your support. Keep this kind of thing coming.
Okay, play.
And we're down to 2 minutes. Somebody's strafing the field there. Must be a soccer fan. And Christian will make the stop. We're in the 1 minute area of time remaining.
One time. Less than a minute. Take it, Taylor. Take it all the way in, Taylor. Get up there. Still tight.
Kissel makes the stop.
Good job, Taylor.
Good hustle, Taylor.
And another stop by Kissel, keeping the pressure on her here to end the half. Less than 10 to go. There's the half here. We turn to the other side. They've had a goal here, so they're running a little bit longer. First half is about to end in the championship game and a consolation game. Ends at the halfway through it, not ended by any means. Ends in a scoreless tie at the first half in the consolation game. The closing moments of the championship game. First half, that is. My guess is in a consolation game, if they're tied at the end of regulation, they'll probably just call it a tie. It's halftime here in the championship game also. We'll check the score and come right back to you almost immediately.
Keep going!
The consolation game has just gotten underway in the second half. At 11:06 here. The championship second half gets underway with the team in blue. Seton Catholic leading the team in green. Saranac Lake Greenskins, I guess, today. We don't have the Greenskins roster, but we got the Seton Catholic roster from the first game that we taped. Stacy Mercer is minding the nets. Lineup includes Alex Dawson, Adrienne Labonte, Darcy Leahy, Danielle Redden, chipped, and through the fingers of Mercer, but she recovered, able to recover. She left herself enough room in there to recover. So Darcy Leahy, Danielle Redden, Courtney Picor, Stephanie Bouillet, Charisse Dandreau, Kristen Jaudoin, Shannon King, Carly Mayette, and Sarah Chase.
In the center, step! In the center!
Sharon Relation, the coach.
Stop, Sooner, stop!
I was told that each of the teams paid a fee to make sure that the grounds were kept up during this summer season.
Way to step up, Anna, keep staying up, stay up!
Not sure what the money was spent for, but it sure wasn't spent in lining the fields. It doesn't seem like it'd take that much to run a little lime up and down the lines here. High kick. Use your head. It's good advice all the time, but that's what the coach is telling her you got to do on those rather than go to a high kick. Bit of a commitment here for the Saranac Lake team to come to this league throughout the summer. Show up here at 8:30 on a Saturday morning. So in addition to the 4 teams that are competing today, the top 4 finishers, Plattsburgh being the number 1 seed, Northeastern the number 4, then Seton Catholic and actually Northeastern, I said earlier Northeastern was the number 4 seed, but they could not have been, because otherwise they would have played Plattsburgh in the first game. So let's erase that part from your memory banks and assume that the Cougars were the 3rd seed. I know they were hoping to make it to the 4th seed,
Help her out, Sarah, get up there, come on!
but apparently they made it to the 3rd, and who knows, maybe even the 2nd, but I think the 3rd seed. And Saranac Lake must have been the 4th seed, although Seton Catholic could have been the 4th seed. One of his teams was the 4th seed because they played no, it had to be Saranac Lake because they played the number 1 seed, Plattsburgh. And then 2 and 3 would have played, which was Northeastern and Seton Catholic. So in addition to those 4 teams, which was my original point to all this, the other 3 clubs included Shazy, Oswego Valley, and Saranac.
Go to the ball, White.
Get on your man! Standing around, ladies! We're standing around! Come on, White!
I turn toward the Cougar game, Cougar PHS game. I get a breeze blowing at me. Blue throw. Green throw.
Good job,
Handball.
That's good, that's good.
Punch it, Em.
Come on, hurry.
Seton Catholic in blue leading in this championship game 1-0 over Saranac Lake. Scoreless in the consolation game going on to the behind of us.
Talk out there! Outside of the wings. Here, Emily.
Wait, stop.
Green corner kick.
Be first, right.
Go.
Go ahead.
That's over. Go.
Redskins have tied it. We are tied 1-1.
Stay with it. Come on, let's go. Good pass.
Play Emily, stay on her.
Turn those hips. Turn those hips. Get ready, Kathleen. Get ready, Kathleen.
Come on, White.
Watch center. Watch center.
One by one, Blue. Need a goal. Need a goal. Look at your support. Look at your support.
1-1 the score.
Hey, make it happen. Make it happen. Somebody get on her.
Gotcha. Way to go.
That's
Come
yours,
on,
George.
There you go. Come on.
Courtney, nice job.
Blue throw.
Good job, Heidi.
He's there. On it, Courtney, on it. Come on. Nice job. Get on her, Ram. Get on her, Ram. Gotta get back, Courtney. Come on, ladies, pick it up. Ram. Somebody on her. Get out. Nice. Go. Come on, ladies, go.
Beat her.
I don't know how you saw it from all the way up there.
He was. He had to see it.
Goal kick. Blue throw.
Still got us up front. Like 3 or 4 times today.
The cheering was for a stop, not for a goal. Cheering behind us was not for a goal. It was for a save.
Come on, let's go. Together. Pass it over. Let's go. Pass over. Come on, cross. Oh, nice. Cross. Watch out, Em. Back up. Come out, Em. Come get her. That's yours, Em. Go get her, Em.
Ball stayed in. Oh, look out.
Come on, stop! Come on! Move. Quick! go. Get back. Here, Ben. Get on her. Oh my God.
Come on, Elise. Oh, man, that was near.
Over here, green, over here.
Green kick.
Yeah, what's that? What's that? This one. There you go.
And Mercer with the stop.
Coming to you, Lilo. There you go. Come on.
There you go, Megan.
Layla, go. Go.
Go, go, go.
Go, 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 go.
That's it.
It's all right. Go back.
Corner kick.
Nice, nice, nice.
Mercer.
Get rid of it.
Mark up, ladies, mark up.
There you go.
Nice job, Sarah, quickly.
I got it. Layla, here it goes.
Nice one, let's go.
Go,
Mike.
go.
So the yellow card, number 7, from Saranac Lake. Not the type of game we need yellow cards in here, folk. Just a fun summer league. Blue kick.
Up. Hey, gotta be moving, ladies. Gotta be moving. Who's there, Green?
Sarah, nice job, nice job.
Get a hustle, Lilo.
Mercer with the stop. Out of the box, handball. Break here for the Greenskins. The right kick. Very easy to step out of the box today with lines barely visible, if visible at all.
Come on, White, let's go. All right, go pass.
And Mercer is up to it, makes the stop.
All right, here we go.
The only way I found out about this playoff today, this morning, was
Nice job, Sarah, nice job.
I was asking
Nice job.
referee Barry Norton about the boys summer league.
Isn't it?
I went, as I mentioned in the semi-final game, I went to Northeastern, then went to Shazy, and then back to Northeastern looking for what was listed in the paper as Shazy at Northeastern Clinton, and found out that Northeastern did not have a boys summer league team. So even though the paper kept
Great job out
putting
there,
their
Megan.
schedule in, there were no such games. And then he was telling me about the girls league and the playoffs on this Saturday morning. Otherwise we wouldn't have known about them, because the girls leagues have not been reporting to the paper. They're just trying to keep it rather informal so that it doesn't put too much pressure on the participants.
Kick it out, Emily. Kick it. Come on, Megan.
Get her, Megan.
Let her girl.
Green goal kick.
Okay. Sarah, take a look. Mark up. Laura, call for her, Laura. Help her out.
Come on, guys.
Come on, watch your back!
Another stop by Mercer.
Well, there.
That's it! Come on, go!
I don't want to do it to do the defensive thing. Get that hand thing out. Get the hand thing out. Next! Bring it up, Dory. Go, Andrea.
Just wide.
Nice, Heidi! Good job, Sam!
Yeah.
Saved by Kissel. Still waiting for the goal kick over here.
Megan! Kate! Go! Come on, Gabby. Go, Sarah! One up! Nice! Come on, Rose! You can do this!
Nice job, Megan.
Gotta go to it, Andrea.
Very aggressive, very aggressive. Nice job.
Sarah!
Megan, who went in?
It's a learning experience for the younger girls.
Two up!
Alright. You can modify, don't you?
Hey, ladies, don't give it away. 4 minutes left. Ball clear to the side. Courtney! We have top!
Stopped by the Saranac late keeper.
Nice job, Sarah!
Stay with her, Emily.
Need some help! Go, Em!
Come on in.
Go!
Good job, Clark.
It take a long time for goal kicks here. Corner kick in the consolation game. Oh, looked like a hand. Meanwhile, back at the championship game,
Keep that pressure, ladies!
we're like ESPN, changing from one location to the other here.
Mark up, hard. Nice job, nice job. Okay, Taylor, thanks a lot. I need your
Let's see. We had a goal and a yellow card, so we're running at least a minute longer than we would with the game behind us. Should be down to the less than a minute. And they're still tied, so whether the consolation will go to overtime or not, we will find out shortly. I would think the consolation, that they would just call it quits and let it go at that.
We're there, move up. Move up. Take the ball.
Consolation game is finished. We'll know shortly if they're going to go to overtime. 1-1 is the score here in the championship game. Seton Catholic in blue, Saranac Lake in green.
We don't have to do any overtime, do we? Yeah, unless you want to call the time. Oh, I don't give a hoot. Unless they want to play. Yeah.
Sentiment seems to be to call it a day.
We drew straws, Josie.
So we're going to call the consolation game a scoreless tie. The championship game is still going on here. And there's the whistle to end regulation. And there should be a 10-minute sudden death overtime coming right up.
Here we go, boys. Okay, ladies, coming at you.
11:38, sudden death. Score quick and ask questions later. Somebody scores, we're out of here. Now we go to a shootout. Girls Summer Soccer League. Seton Catholic and Saranac Lake. Illegal throw. Blue throw. Blue throw. Seton kick, right on the money. Seton Catholic in blue, Saranac Lake in green. Wait a minute here. The names we gave you, we don't think we included Mary Miller. And let's add her to that mix for Seton. Maybe others that have shown up since we got the original roster from Sharon Relation. We do see Miller out there, so we'll add her to that previous list that we read off. We've been circled enough today. Offsides was that call.
Yeah, who's on her?
Of course, we're right next to the airport. Oh, buddy, Sarah Chase will take this one. Now corner kick. And saved by the Saranac late keeper. Green throw. Sometime today there's going to be a green throw.
Who's there? You got her.
Blue kick. Let's see, about 4 minutes to go in sudden death overtime.
Good job, and follow it up.
And we'll go to a shootout.
Go get her, Em. Nope. There. Ooh, somebody.
Mercer way out of the net. She's still kicking that ball.
There.
No. Ball's wide. Nobody. No fullback filled in. Oh, excuse me, there were two fullbacks. I'm thinking green with blue. Two blue fullbacks were there.
Short kick. He's there. Come on, Aaron. Cheers, Gabby. Just pop it in. He's on her. He's there. That's yours, Em.
Emily, stay with it.
You'll get followed up, Gab.
Good job.
Who's there?
Push up, baby. Push up. That girl. Watch your back, Darcy. Watch your back. That's up the hill, man. You.
Players are dragging.
1 minute, Green. Put it back in.
Minute or less
Look at it, Green.
left in
Bring it
the
up, bring it
OT.
up, bring it
And
up,
we'll
bring
go
it
to a
up.
shootout.
Somebody just shoot.
Green throw.
Out, move.
Blue throw.
Come up. Rasson, that's it. Good job, Gabby.
Ready,
8 seconds. 3 seconds. We're going to the shootout.
Adrian who? Labonte?
All right, we're going to get to the shootout here. 5 kickers. I don't believe it's sudden death. I think the next round would be sudden death. And this type of thing makes me too nervous, so we've asked this fellow here. What's your name, young man?
Big Bad Bill Chase. Adrian Labonte, the first shooter for Seton. She shoots. Stopped by the keeper. Who's the keeper?
I don't know.
Is this it over here?
No, I didn't get the Saranac Lake side.
Oh, that's Saranac Lake keeper.
I don't get much viewership out of Saranac Lake.
I think her name's Tom. And who's the keeper for Seton, do you know?
Yep, Mercer, Stacy Mercer.
Stacy Mercer. Okay, now Saranac Lake. Well, Seton shoots first. Saranac Lake has got their first kicker on the line. It's actually a Saranac Lake, Lake Placid. Well, then Seton's got a pro player and an AC player.
I thought they'd recruited for the season, for the high school season.
Oh, there's a goal. Nice shot. Number 18. Puts Saranac Lake up 1-0. The shootout of this summer soccer league for girls high school soccer. Last year they wrote it up in the press all the time. This year there hasn't been anything.
I talked with Joe Dumoulin and Josie Gilroy, and they said that the idea was just let the kids play, not put any pressure on them.
That's good. There's a goal. The Kane girl. All left foot. What's her first name?
Shannon.
Shannon Kane. Well, what's this King you got? I don't see Kane down here on your list.
Oh, I was listening to the way, well, I got the lineup from Sharon Relation, who was named King, right? So she must have said King instead of King.
Oh, yeah.
So I know the difference. I recognize Shannon King, not red hair.
Hey, buddy, make your best judgment.
Stacy Mercer now to try and stop the second Saranac Lake kicker. At the moment, it's a 1-1 penalty kick shootout. Did she miss?
Yep.
I guess. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. The nets aren't that well secured. Okay, Alex Dawson. She's from Elizabethtown, isn't she? I believe.
I don't know. A lot of Dawson's from Elizabethtown, so
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Essex County. I don't know. The orange socks.
Yeah. Might be traded to PHS.
Yeah.
Oh, shoots it right at her. Dawson with one of the harder shots in the lineup for Seton here.
Darren Curley.
Okay.
Corners girl.
It's Amanda, whoever's on the line for Saranac Lake, Lake Placid. PHS playing all their home games at Seton this year, you know.
I didn't know that. Night games?
Probably. Their field's not ready. That one went over the net. Still 1-1. We've got, each team's got 3 shooters left.
2.
Is it 3 or 2?
They're taking 3 shots.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh. Jeez, I'm glad you're paying attention.
Here's Carly.
Carly from Peru. What's her last name? Mayette. Yeah, that's a Peru name.
That's her name.
Mayette shot. It's in the net. Ooh, rifles one into the right hand, left hand corner. And here's a girl with a lot of skills, young player for Saranac Lake Placid.
She's got the only yellow card in the game.
Yeah, she took down Alec Dawson from behind. She looked like she was in the men's league in the summertime.
Ain't very big.
My son Alexander thought she was one of them guys from Shazy with all the hair. Yeah.
Green
Shot
uniform.
and a save. Ooh.
definitely a girl, and
Okay.
a little disappointed with herself there. She can win it right here.
Sarah Chase hits this, and it'll be a win for Seton.
You got a fullback now, Sarah.
Uh-oh, here comes the thunder.
Uh-oh, it's all the game.
You see the lightning, and it's over. Come on, Sarah. So I can go home.
Oh,
Oh, off the crossbar.
would have been in, but the keeper deflected it.
Well, now it's up to Stacy Mercer.
Not really.
Save it, and then
Not really. It's the shooter more than the goalie. What you think?
yeah, the shooter has the definite advantage.
You know, if the goalie gets one right at her, she's up to her to stop it. But the shooter's the one that's expected to put it in more than the goalie's expected to stop it.
She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it too much. Let's go put it over the net.
We'll see.
They blow the whistle. There, Seton ends up winning here in the shootout.
No, it's tied.
Oh, it isn't. They won 2-1. Not yet. Put that.
Okay. I guess you can count better than I can, though.
Jeez, you weren't paying no more attention than me. So,
Hi, that was exciting, wasn't it?
oh, thrill a minute here.
Okay. Thanks to Bill Chase. I just couldn't have handled it there. He handled the microphone at the end. And we'll look forward to seeing more of Bill Chase in the Champlain Valley Baseball League Championships.
I'm an oach today.
He's an Oach.
Sometimes a roach.
Yeah, he dropped the R. That's it.